Good morning and welcome to GMNC this Monday, the 22nd of November. I am Prathisha Singh, your anchor on today's show. We start things off with our daily dose of inspiration, compliments of Claudia Greenwood, followed by the weather and beach report with Heili and Deon. Guests in studio this morning include Neville from Ndlondlo Reptile Park, Maria from Wakatravel, Wesley Wells from Gerald Wells Hair Professionals and Products, Sasha Naidoo, Miss International South Africa, and Gian from Robert's Chaplin, Krona. Matt Williams is in for all things sport, brought to you by Hunt Properties. The show closes out with a music video from Gian and a reminder that Laugh Out Larry is on after GMNC. Stay tuned and thank you to Performance Coffee, authorized dealer for Jura Coffee Machines and Salt Rock Coffee as our morning show sponsors. We cannot do without you. Stay tuned, here comes the weather and surf report, and I'll see you next.
Good morning everyone and welcome to your weather for today, brought to you by Belito Gas and Prime. We have a thunderstorm in spots in the morning, otherwise like a warm with clouds and sun. We have a high of 32 degrees and a low of 20 degrees. And the real feel will be 35 degrees and the real feel shade 31 degrees. We have a northeasterly wind at 15 kilometers per hour and wind gusts at 28 kilometers per hour. Also 55% chance of showers today. The sunrise will be at 4:49 a.m. and the sunset at 6:34 p.m. Pretoria reënerig in die oggend, verder bewolk die res van die dag with a high of 24 degrees and a low of 16 degrees. And then Joburg also shower in the morning, otherwise cloudy with a high of 22 degrees and a low of 15 degrees. And then Cape Town, a gusty breeze with times of clouds and sun with a high of 21 degrees and a low of 17 degrees. Next up will be your surf report, brought to you by Tina Skryfbehoeftes and Deon from Victory Surf. Enjoy your day. I will see you again tomorrow.
Good morning, Belito, and welcome to Monday morning's beach report. And we've got today what is called the Beasterly Easterly, and it's out there the whole day. So from early this morning right through the whole day, we've got a very strong northeasterly wind and lots of blue bottles coming in, and definitely not a beach day or a swimming day today, or even surf, because it's howling winds out there. The only guys that are going to be happy are the kiteboarders once again. It's still in the middle of the kite season, and Tiffany's Reef will be littered with beautiful, brightly colored canopies. So go and watch the kiteboarders this afternoon, and you'll really enjoy that. There is a westerly expected tonight, so that should straighten things out a bit. But this east is chopping it up completely, and we'll have to just wait and have a lay day today and check out conditions again tomorrow. Enjoy your day. Be safe out there.
Welcome back to GMNC. I hope you've all prepped for the day and you're nice and comfortable, because we've got the lovely Claudia Greenwood in studio and we're chatting all things positivity this morning. Welcome, Claudia.
Thanks, Prathisha. Hi.
It's always amazing to start the show off with you and our little chat that we have. It just gets me going for the day.
Oh, awesome. Monday morning's wonderful for this, isn't it?
It is. It's perfect after the weekend.
Yes, great. So, Prathisha, as you said, all things positivity today. We often, use throw around the words, oh, be positive and so on. But how does this actually play out in our lives? And today I want to talk about the crucial first hour when we wake up in the morning. How that actually sets the tone for the day based on how we think.
Your actual power hour.
That's the power hour, for sure. And not all people are morning people. And not all people have got loads and loads of time to, sit and meditate and do all these good things, but they are important things. So how do we embrace that first hour? And I just want to chat about why it's so important to just focus a little bit and pay attention to what happens from the moment that we actually open our eyes. So maybe we haven't even opened our eyes, but our alarm's gone off. Okay,
Yes.
and
So are you cursing the day ahead already?
well, this is the thing. Are we being positive or are we being negative? Are we already starting to complain before we've even stepped out of bed? Just think about, and the viewers out there, please do this. Just reflect a little bit. What happened this morning? What were your first thoughts? Was it, oh damn, my alarm's gone off. I don't want to get up. I'm tired. I've got, some challenge to deal with. Or have you woken up with anger about something that happened in the past, or that's not going according to your plan, or somebody's disappointed you, or you're not getting to something, or you're just feeling tired. So all those thoughts that are going through your mind is setting the tone for your day, for the rest of the day. So if they were negative things, understand that you're waking up, and that moment you're talking yourself negative. Okay. If you wake up complaining in your mind, you might not have verbally said anything to anyone, but you know how you get out of bed and it's like kind of
Or the famous, I have this to do today and that to do today, and you start listing all the things you have and how you don't have time
That's
already.
it.
So your first complaint is, there's not enough time and I have this to do and this to do and this to do.
Okay, so when we do that, what we're doing is we're already putting up blocks. We're blocking our positive energy, and we're making ourselves tired before we've done anything. So that first hour is crucial in terms of what we do. What I want to encourage people to do is, first of all, love yourself. Okay, if you care about yourself, you're not going to talk yourself down. All right.
You wouldn't your best friend.
No, you wouldn't. You get out of bed. In actual fact, when you wake up, say something like, "Oh, thank you, bed. This was such a comfortable sleep." Okay. Get up and say, "Wow, I embrace this day. Today is a positive day. I'm going to do all things good. It's going to turn out good." Say these positive affirmations to yourself. And just as you go, as the day or the morning flows, every step of the way, whether you go and make yourself a cup of coffee or somebody's making a cup of coffee for you, acknowledge it, even if it's internal, if you can't, you don't have to say something to somebody else, but within yourself, acknowledge the positivity. When we complain, remember that we're actually in a victim mindset. We're saying something's bad and poor me and so on. That's a bad start to the day. Switch it. Get yourself into those positive thoughts. Make sure that you are being, showing gratitude to yourself for everything. Wow, I've got this amazing cup of coffee. Maybe you've got kids to get going for school. I've got beautiful kids. It's not about, don't look at everything that's going wrong. Look at what's going right. And make that first hour positive. Now, it doesn't mean setting aside a full hour and sitting back. Maybe you need 15 minutes on your own. But beyond that, every step of the way, whether you're going to school, doing the school run, or maybe you're going to work, think of all the positive things that are happening. If you're going to work, think about the good things about your job. Not about, oh, gee, I've got this meeting on, or I've got this problem to sort out. And when you start thinking about those positive things like, hey, what a wonderful opportunity to make a difference. What can I achieve today? And have a mantra. Sit down, work out what is your mantra for today, and just repeat that as often as you can. And maybe it is, today is a good day, today's going to be successful. I am doing good. And that's how you switch it. But that first hour is your power hour. It's crucial. Set the tone for the rest of the day.
Thank you for that, Claudia. You and I can chat about this for hours and hours and hours, but unfortunately we have to move on. But viewers out there, so you can shift your life one day at a time, one morning at a time.
1 hour at a time.
1 hour at a time. Thank you for that, Claudia. It was truly inspirational.
Thank you.
So next up, we were going to be chatting to Neville from Ndlondlo Reptile Park, and we're chatting all things spitting venoms. Let's talk about that. See you after the break. Welcome back to GMNC this morning, and I hope you're feeling inspired for your mornings, and I know I am. In studio with me is Neville from Ndlondlo Reptile Park. Welcome, Neville. It's a pleasure to have you here again.
Yeah, it's always nice to be here.
So we're talking spitting snakes, and I believe there are just 2 in South Africa, right?
That's right. We are graced with the Mozambique spitting cobra here in KZN and through much of the areas north of us. And then in the Cape, almost from Cape Point all the way up the west coast, and then along the river, the Orange River to Uppington, the black spitting cobra.
And those are basically the 2 that we have in South Africa, right?
Spitting cobras.
Right.
There's the rinkos, that's a cobra want to be, that falls somewhere in between.
Okay.
But he's a want to be.
He's a wannabe, okay.
Yeah.
So let's chat about what actually are spitting snakes or spitting cobras, what defines them.
Well, the snakes that have entered a race and decided, you know what, we need an unfair advantage. And in order to do so, we must have a dual attack.
Okay.
So it's almost like having an army that's got an infantry and an air force. So he's got this long-range defense system, and I must stress that it is a defense system.
Okay, so only when they're feeling under attack.
When they're feeling under attack, when they're feeling threatened.
Okay.
And what you have is that he can now nullify a aggressor or antagonizer at a distance of 1.5 to 2 meters.
Wow.
Which is a great advantage. You don't have to physically engage
Of course.
and put yourself at risk. And the objective is simply to blind you, distract you, and then allow yourself the opportunity to escape while your antagonizer can't see where you're going.
Sure. So that's the one where they actually spit the venom into your eyes, but their target is your eyes, right?
Yeah, I need to explain that it's not spitting,
Okay.
it's spraying.
Okay.
All right, and I know we say spitting cobras, but it's spraying. The venom is directly from the fangs. The fangs are specifically modified for this purpose. So when we look at cobras and mambas and garter snakes, coral snakes, shield noses, those are all elapids, and they have fixed front fangs.
Okay.
So if my hand would represent the top jaw, you'd have the fang permanently erect in that position. It cannot rotate forwards or backwards.
Okay, it's fixed, yeah.
It's fixed. So now, the first thing that comes to mind is venom is spraying in that direction, the line of vision is in that direction. And it just seems, how the heck is that possible? You know? But these guys were shifty. So they went down to the local engineering shop and they found a guy that was a little on the tack. And they said to him, listen, buddy, just plug the hole at the bottom for me and drill it in the front. So now there's that venom direction change, which brings about the spraying effect. We actually see venom spraying out and atomizing. It's not putting a jet in this eye and a jet in that eye.
So it's covering a larger area.
It's a shotgun shot.
Sure.
And the intention is to cover your whole face. He really wants you to breathe it in as well and get it all over your face and in your hair and everywhere.
Remarkable creatures.
Yeah.
Really remarkable. But they're not limited to just spraying or spitting. They do bite as well.
They
right?
do bite.
And I read about an article where you saved the day in 2018 with a child. And you want to tell us a bit about that story, because that was a biting and a spraying story.
That's right. That's a perfect example of why they bite and why they are the most prolific biter in the country. And it's simply that your first line defense is obviously a long distance one. And if your target is vertical, they can discern.
Can I just backtrack and give a bit of background? So that was a sleeping child. The
That
incident
was a
began with a
sleeping
sleeping
child, that's right.
So the child was lying horizontally, right?
That's correct.
So that snake had no inclination of where the
Where
person's
the eyes
eyes
were.
were.
Yeah.
Right?
So a movement triggered a bite.
Okay, so it bit the
Okay.
child.
Bit the child.
Right.
The mother then came in response, and she was vertical, so she got it in the eyes. So you see,
So because she was standing upright, the snake could detect where her
where
eyes
eyes were.
And so that was the defense
And that
mechanism
was the defense
that it
mechanism, yeah.
used. Okay, so it actually,
So-
and that's the 2 defense mechanisms that Neville's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
And
they
that's
have.
it. And all put into one little parcel. Unfortunately, at the time, it didn't seem like it was a good lesson to learn.
Of course not.
But, you know, every situation is something that we need to learn from and gain knowledge from. But, you know, spitting cobras are very tenacious animals. And if you have food coming into your house, they will pursue it, in spite of the presence of a human there.
They're not afraid of us.
No, well, they are.
Okay.
They're terrified of us. He's the bank robber that goes into the bank with the AK-47.
Okay.
If you move, he shoots. And so the frog or rat or something may have come through the window across your bed, and just at the point where he's in the follow,
And you're in the way.
You slap that mozzie, or you roll, or you twitch or something, and that triggers this defensive measure that they bite.
Okay, so Neville, if we're in a position, what are our best actions? What should we be doing?
Well, if you're aware of the snake,
If it's in the room or in the garden.
If you're aware of the snake, just freeze.
Okay.
That's your first recognition that you've seen it. And your second point is then slowly back away, but maintain visual contact, because the snake you've seen is no longer dangerous. You can now warn people there is a snake.
Yes.
So it's no longer dangerous. And then get a professional like myself or one of our volunteer catchers to come out and help you.
And if you do happen to get in the eyes or a bite, what would be the best thing for you to do?
Well, eyes washed with copious amounts of water.
Okay.
Forget the old wives' tales of milk.
Okay.
All right, that's just a no-no.
That's a myth busted right there for you.
Yeah, and for a bite, just get yourself to a medical facility as quick as possible.
Okay. Thank you for that, Neville. That was as informative as usual. Thank you very
Super.
much. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoyed learning about these spitting snakes and what to do and what not to do. Next up, we're going to be chatting to Maria from Wakatravel. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Relax Inn. Situated in the heart of KwaZulu-Natal's Dolphin Coast, nestled on 2 acres of beautifully manicured gardens with panoramic ocean views and within walking distance of the pristine shores of Sharkers Rock Beach. Our dine-in restaurant offers a mouth-watering menu and caters not only to hotel guests but local residents too. Our venue is perfect for your fairy tale wedding destination with an outdoor garden chapel seating up to 200 guests and a 300-seater ballroom, ideal for receptions, corporate conferences and functions. Secrets Health, Beauty and Day Spa offers guests the opportunity to escape, unwind and feel rejuvenated. Our accommodation is tailored to the discerning business traveller, holidaymaker and perfectly suited for that romantic getaway. We look forward to welcoming you to the Relax Inn.
Welcome back to GMNC. I hope you're having a fabulous morning on this Monday. In studio with me is Maria from Wakatravel, and we're going to be chatting all things festive season, travel and worldliness. Hi Maria.
Hi, happy Monday fun day.
Yeah, such a pleasure to have you in studio.
Thanks.
So it's nearing the festive season and all we want to talk about is travel, right? Where to go, how to get there, and some tips. I believe you have some awesome tips for us.
Yeah, since obviously travel's opened up now, there are a lot of travelers out there going, and this is a different December to the previous years.
We're not so locked up and holed up this December.
Absolutely. So now it's so important for people to understand that because this is such a busy time of the year, please get all your stuff ready at least a week before. So documentation, rechecking COVID protocols. If you're unable to find it online, check with your agents or the correct embassies, especially if you're traveling with children. All different countries, some children need PCR tests at age 2, some 5, some all different. But most importantly, especially like your passports, and I just had somebody last night where I asked them for their passport copy.
Oh yes, you were telling me this morning. It's a funny, scary story.
And she said, I can't get it out of my safe, it's jammed.
Gosh.
So she has to get a locksmith this morning. And I thought, what if she was traveling this morning? And she couldn't get it out. So it's very important to have these things out a week before. Also a huge thing is to be able to check in with your flights online 24 hours, some airlines are 48 hours before. So once you checked in, you're on board that plane. So if you are late at the airport or anything, at least you're on board. So that's very, very important. So that's definitely the most important things for.
And you have a preferred supplier that we were chatting about this morning for beach destinations.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us a bit about them?
So I'd love to chat about World Leisure. They're an absolutely fabulous beach destination company. They have been going for almost 30 years.
Right.
And so huge experience, amazing resorts. So they do Mauritius, Zanzibar, Seychelles, and Maldives.
Oh, wow.
And they've got amazing products. Like for Maldives, they offer a lot of charter flights direct to Maldives, which is quite nice, which cuts probably about 6 to 8 hours, not having to go via, which is really nice because you just want to get to your holiday.
Of course.
And they're currently running a really awesome special for Long Beach, which is their 5-star, and it's a pay for 5, stay for 7.
Right?
Yeah, so lots of very exciting stuff there. But yeah, they offer such amazing products. A lot of people know them for their Mauritius resorts, Sugar Beach, and La Pirogue, which is next door to Sugar Beach. So, and then one of the most important things about World Leisure that a lot of people don't know about is they offer, they're connected to Discovery.
Okay.
So depending on your status with Discovery, vitality status, you can get up to 20 to 25% off on booking certain resorts. So
wow.
I've just done that with quite a lot of families, which is a huge chunk. So
of course.
Yeah. So and a lot of people don't know that agents are able to do this as well. So they think that only if they go direct to Discovery, travel agents can do it as well. So yeah, do contact us if you need to do your Discovery booking as well, which is huge savings.
Definitely. I mean, 20 to 25% makes a huge difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
And still with the convenience of a travel agent.
Absolutely, yeah. So we look forward to sending lots and lots more people to these beautiful beach destinations. Yeah.
And in terms of how it's a lot easier for this December?
I think right now, we still have seats, especially for Mauritius and stuff. It is getting really, really full. So I think with World Leisure, they currently still have 26th December to the 2nd of Jan, which is peak season, but a lot of people can only take during that time off.
Yes.
And then they also have 2 to 9 January, which is a bit of a lower rate because the rates for a lot of the beach destinations in general sort of come down between the 3rd and the 4th of January, literally almost half price. So get in there quickly if you haven't booked your trip.
Super, that's awesome. Thank you, Maria. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, just make sure that you get all your ducks in a row early, get to the airport on time. I've had 2 people miss their flights already.
Gosh.
So don't give us travel agents a heart attack, just get there on time, get excited, even if you sit and have a meal with your family and stuff, rather early than later. Make sure your domestic flights are booked nice and early, connecting to your international flights, and let's all hope that we have a great traveling December.
Awesome. Thank you, Maria. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
It's exciting topics, travel all around. So stay tuned. Next up, we're going to be chatting to Sasha Naidoo, Miss International South Africa.
Hi, I'm Maria from Wakatravel Leisure and Corporate from Durban, Umhlanga. With over 20 years experience and 8 years of operation, we are so excited to see travel slowly opening up again after a long 18 months during these COVID times. We specialize in domestic and international worldwide travel and cater to the needs of each individual traveler's preference and budget. Excellent service is our #1 priority, so booking trips for special occasions, birthdays, honeymoons, anniversaries, be sure to know we will go the extra mile to make sure it's a memorable and unforgettable trip. So, whether you want to go to famous Mauritius, Seychelles, Maldives, we have the place for you. Do you want to go cruising the Med, the Caribbean? We've got the cruise lines for you and give you all the information you need to cruise the best holiday ever. Or do you want to go to Mexico, arriba? Whatever your heart desires, we have the place for you to go. Give Wakatravel a call on 031 562 0764 or find us on Facebook under Wakatravel Leisure and Corporate, where you can message, email or WhatsApp us anytime for your inquiries. We look forward to making your travel dreams come true, because travel is the only thing that we buy that makes us richer.
I'm Monet.
I'm Mandy.
I'm Devon.
And we are
Belito TV.
We are a streaming channel showcasing content-rich programming that appeals to a wide audience.
Belito TV officially launched on the 1st of February 2021 and has already attracted over 500,000 viewers worldwide.
Viewers are able to select their preferred device and way in which to watch Belito TV, either live on our Facebook page, our website, YouTube channel, or by downloading our app free from the Play Store.
Best of all, if you've missed one of our shows, catch up at your own convenience by visiting our catch-up platform on our website and our app.
Belito TV offers a variety of advertising from as little as 1,000 Rand. So the misconception that advertising through this medium is out of reach for most businesses is totally incorrect.
Get in touch today by emailing hello@belito.tv or send your name and details to our WhatsApp line on 066 232 1385 and we will give you a call.
Welcome back to GMNC. This morning in studio we have Sasha Naidoo, and she's part of the Miss International South Africa pageant. So let's get chatting about who the real Sasha is behind all of the pageant stuff.
Hi.
Morning, Sasha. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And yourself?
Good, thank you. So Sasha, you're quite an accomplished young woman for just 23. Tell us a bit about what you've been up to.
So recently I've been in the Miss International pageant, as everybody knows. I'm also a previous title holder, Miss KZN 2016, Miss KZN First Princess 2018. I also own a business, and I'm currently in the process of studying psychology.
And you have 2 degrees already,
yes.
right? Wow, at 23. So yeah, tell us a bit about your business. What are you into? What do you do?
So it's real estate development. We basically buy homes at low market value. We revamp them and sell them for a higher profit margin.
Okay. And you're not new to pageants then? You've been doing it for quite a few years.
Yeah.
What do you love about them and what don't you love about them?
I'd say the sisterhood. You get to build bonds with such amazing people. You get to meet people from different diversities, different ethnic backgrounds. So it's always nice to learn that. Whereas at home, we're in our little bubble. We only know our cultures. We only know things in our lifestyle. So it's very interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting to know about other people. I guess what I don't like about pageantry is there's a lot of pretense. Like the entire year, people will be at home. We'll be like living our own lifestyle, but the moment we into pageants, then you'll suddenly see them in the communities giving back and doing community and charity work, which is I feel like a very pretense thing.
Okay.
So.
There is a lot to, when you're getting ready for a pageant, what are some of the preparations that are involved?
Oh wow, so you have to go through various panels of judging. From interviews to your walk, they judge your appearance, how you look in swimwear, how you look in ball gowns, but also the way you speak and the way you carry yourself, your involvement in your community,
Yes.
Your educational background, because many people think it's a chauvinistic ideology, but if you get to sit down with us, you'll realize that there's much more to us than that. There's much more behind us. We have like a bigger purpose. And we're trying to reach this, we're using this platform basically to reach people and inspire and drive home like real causes, not just
and when you and I chatted this morning, we chatted about what you stand for, and you're involved with children and things like that. Tell us a bit more about that.
So what I stand by is 3 very core values to me. One, it's children's rights. I believe that children need extra protection that we adults don't. And the changes in society is having a very disproportionate impact on kids. Secondly, animal welfare. So people put in laws to protect us humans from unjust. But what about these animals? Because you see them being used for entertainment purposes and medical advances, which I believe isn't fair just because they don't have a voice. Lastly, to me, I would say it's women empowerment, women's rights. Women fight an unspoken war every single day, and it takes just one person to have a voice, and everyone jumps on the bandwagon. So if I can be that person for somebody, I'm more than happy to do it.
That's quite inspirational.
Thank you.
And big issues that you want to tackle. For a little person, that's a lot of issues.
Dynamites come in small packages.
I agree fully. So about this pageant, so you are one of the finalists, you mentioned, and then the next step going forward is December, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the grand finale is the 12th of December, which is happening at Empress Palace. There's 50 of us right now.
In Johannesburg,
right?
right?
Yes. There's 50 of us from 118 contestants. So it's a very crucial, very tiring thing as well, because everything's kind of rushed now, because obviously the Queen would have to go compete in Japan.
So the winner from the December event will go to Japan?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's international, so you'll be facing people from all countries there. Usually there is some space and time to prepare, but because of COVID and things were pushed back a bit, so we only have a month to get everything done before the Queen
And Sasha, you
leaves.
are looking for sponsors, right?
Yes.
Because the flights, accommodation, everything is on your onus.
Yes.
Okay.
So unfortunately, we can't take anything out of our own pockets, which is one of the rules. So we have to get sponsorship, which also shows community involvement, which also shows that people are keen with
backing you.
Yes.
And they're happy with you.
Yes.
It is. It is a stance for that. So this is Sasha, and she's a remarkable young woman who has accomplished a lot at 23. We wish you all the best, Sasha.
Thank you so much.
Stay tuned, because next up we're going to be chatting to Gian Cronje from Robert's Chaplin, Krona.
Network Collections was established in 2016 with a management team that has over 40 years experience in recovery. With processes that are unique, it is no secret that Network Collections outperforms our competitors. We have a national footprint, and due to our contingency basis, that means no risk to you. You need to ask the question, why have you not contacted us already? Using our national footprint combined with TT1 as well as TT3 transactions on the DebiCheck platform, we achieve consistent payments within 60 days from handover. All handovers are electronic and no paperwork is required. Our relationship-driven approach allows for a reduced cost solution that rehabilitates and activates one of your business' biggest assets, your debtors book. With more than 500 agents countrywide, the methodology of personal contact with debtors rather than phoning or forcing approach, it is no wonder our success rate is above the rest. Our drive is to take your debtors book and turn your loss into a profit. We are affiliated with MFSA, ADRA and the Council for Debt Collectors. With our national footprint, no debtors book is too big or too small. Allow us to activate your debtors book and turn your loss into a profit.
Welcome back to GMNC on this marvelous Monday. I hope you're having a fantastic morning. In studio with me is Gian, Cronje, and we're going to be chatting all things audits. Welcome, Gian. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Good morning. Thanks for being here. Thanks.
So we're chatting all things audits, but you are a company that is chartered accountants and auditors as well.
Yes.
Today we're focusing on the auditing
Yes,
side.
we are.
So Gian, why do we have audits?
So audits are basically driven by legislation, and the biggest one is the Companies Act that obviously governs profit and non-profit companies to require audits depending on their public interest score. If their public interest score is above the 350, they need to be audited, and that's a statutory audit. And then there's voluntary audits as well. Then there's other legislations as well that covers audits. Sectional Title Management Act that covers body corporates. You have Estate Agents Affairs Board Act that covers for the trust accounts for estate agents. Then you have the Legal Practitioner Act that also covers the attorney's trust account audits.
Okay, so those are the types of audits?
So
what are the types of audits?
So the types of audits is your statutory audit in terms of the Companies Act. Then you have the audits of estate agent trust accounts in terms of the Estate Agents Affairs Board Act, the audit of the trust account of an attorney in terms of the legal practitioner, and then there's audits of body corporates and homeowners associations that also needs to be audited.
It's quite extensive, hey?
Yes.
And then what are the main purposes of audits?
So the main purpose of an audit is as a public protection. So, and the public could be various people or organizations. So the public could be the shareholders of a company, and they need to know that their company's financial statements are in a good condition. And also other stakeholders could be labor unions, obviously people that uses estate agents, and even people that's staying in a complex, on a body corporate or even a homeowners association in terms of an estate.
Ensuring that your levies are used correctly and things like that.
Definitely.
Okay, cool. So it's quite a wide span.
Yes.
And then what does this mean for the viewers? What does this mean for us?
So it's important to understand the purpose of an audit and what auditors play in the society. Obviously, when you are an investor of a company, you want to ensure that your investment is sound and that your companies are in a good condition, or if you're a shareholder of the company. And it's also important to know that if you're a person that wants to buy a property and you invest deposit 100,000 to the estate agent, that money is accounted for and put in a trust account and not used for purposes that's not supposed to be used. And also for body corporates, as you mentioned, if you stay in a complex, you pay your levies, and to ensure that those levies are appropriately accounted for and that it not get squandered and on wasteful expenditure. So there needs to be accountability, and we make sure that during our audit process, those accountabilities are taken care of.
And for us, the simpletons, when it comes to accounting and all these things, you guys make it easy for us, of course.
100%. So there's a reliance that you place on us, and we provide a service to the public to ensure that everything is in order.
So you determine the needs of the business or the person or the company, and then from there you take it from there, telling us what we need.
As I said, they were all governed by legislation, so the need would be they need to be audited in terms of a Companies Act and there's certain requirements, or they need to be audited in terms of the Sectional Title Management Act for a body corporate. So those kind of legislation then provides the needs for the requirement for the audit.
Awesome. So you provide the full solution.
We provide a full solution. We provide accounting, audit, tax, the whole solution. But today we're just talking about audit.
Yes, but yes, I had to put a big picture for everyone that you do all of it.
Yes, one-stop shop.
And how can we get hold of you?
Our offices are in Umhlali, next to the Umhlali Post Office. You can also find us on our website. It's www.robertschaplinkrona.co.za, or phone number is 032-947-1010.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us, Gian. That was very informative.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. And guys, stay tuned because we're going to be chatting with Matt. He's going to be taking over my chair and giving us all the roundup of sports from the weekend. So stay tuned and enjoy.
This sports segment is proudly brought to you by Hunt Properties. Morning sports fans, let's kick it off with some football news. And Manchester United ended Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's 3-year reign as manager at Old Trafford on Sunday, but plan to wait until the end of the season to name the Norwegian's permanent successor. Saturday's 4-1 embarrassment at the hands of struggling Watford was the final straw for the United board, who had stuck by Solskjaer in recent weeks despite humiliating home defeats to Liverpool and Manchester City. Former midfielder Michael Carrick, who was part of Solskjaer's coaching team, will take charge of the forthcoming games while the club look to appoint an interim manager till the end of the season. In selected results from the Premier League this weekend, Leicester City 0, Chelsea 3, Watford 4, Man United 1, Liverpool too strong for Arsenal 4-0. At home there, Man City 3, Everton 0, and Spurs 2, Leeds United 1. And moving to some local football news now, some selected results from the DStv Premiership. Stellenbosch 2, Amazulu 2, Arrows and Pirates playing to a goalless draw. Supersport United 1 and Marumo Gallants 2. Cape Town City and Mamelodi Sundowns also playing to a goalless draw. TS Galaxy getting the better of Swallows 1-0, and a good away win for Kaizer Chiefs as they defeated Maritzburg United. Moving to some rugby news now, the Springboks may have lost to England in their final match of a difficult 2021 campaign, but the disappointment will be offset by the confirmation they have achieved something no other South African World Cup winning team has managed to do by retaining the #1 ranking in the next playing year. Siya Kolisi's team left themselves exposed at being displaced at the top by New Zealand when they lost 27-26 to England in a thrilling Twickenham finale to the international rugby year. But the All Blacks' stunning 40-25 defeat to France in Paris later the same evening saw the retention of the status quo for the start of the weekend. And some other international results, a tight one between Scotland defeating Japan 29-20, Wales and Australia playing to a 29-28 game there, and Ireland far too strong for Argentina, 53-7. Moving to some cricket news now in the world of international cricket, and India's Rohit Sharma and Akshar Patel starred as in Kolkata on Sunday as the hosts routed World Cup winners New Zealand by 73 runs to make a clean sweep of the T20 series. Spinner Patel triggered New Zealand's batting collapse in the third over with 2 wickets to push the steep 185 target went way beyond their reach. Opener Daryl Mitchell and Mark Chaplin were 2 of Patel's victims in an impressive career-best T20 international return of 3 for 9, which earned him the Player of the Match award. Moving to some golf news now, and Taylor Gooch won his first US PGA title in an impressive style on Sunday, carding his 6 birdies in a 6 under par 64 to win the RSM Classic by 3 strokes. Gooch is 30, had taken a 3-shot lead into the final round and never faltered on the par 70 Seaside course at the Sea Island in Georgia. His 22 under par total of 260, leaving him 3 shots clear of runner-up Mackenzie Hughes of Canada. Hughes did everything he could with an 8 under par 62 that featured 9 birdies, but that wasn't enough. Moving to some motorsport news now, Lewis Hamilton won Sunday's inaugural Qatar Grand Prix with the commanding performance from pole to cut Max Verstappen's World Championship lead to just 8 points. The Mercedes 7-time world champion held off his arch rival and Red Bull by a country mile at the Losail circuit under the lights to leave the battle for the F1 crown delicately poised with just 2 races remaining. Fernando Alonso took 3rd, and for Alpine, the former 2-time world champion's first podium since way back in 2014. And finally, in some tennis news, Alexander Zverev captured his 2nd ATP finals title after producing a brilliant performance to defeat world number 2 Daniel Medvedev 6-4, 6-4 in Sunday's final in Turin. Zverev, the Olympic singles gold medalist in Tokyo, won his tour-ending 6th trophy of the season and ended the run of 5 straight losses to defending champion Medvedev. The German 3rd seed broke once in each set as he swept the US Open winner Medvedev aside in 75 minutes to add the season-ending crown he won in 2018. I'm Matt Williams for Good Morning North Coast Sport. You have yourself an awesome sporting week, and we'll catch you back here on Friday. It's back over to Prathisha.
Thank you for that mouthful, Matt. And I did notice an extra smile when you mentioned Liverpool winning 4-0 this weekend. So I had to mention that. But thank you to all the viewers, thank you to our guests and our sponsors this morning. It has been fabulous here for us in the studio, and I hope you enjoyed it just as much. We have an awesome musician showcase for you. Gian will be having his video playing, and remember to stay tuned, GMNC is back on. Just a reminder, join Leanka Dukran for A New You Season 2 at 19:30 this evening. Thank you so much, and remember you can catch GMNC tomorrow between 6 and 7 a.m.
Sy roep my in die rigting van haar hart, waar die wintervure brand. nagte vir die somer lê en wag. Sy gitaar trane in die see en stuur haar woorde met die wind na die strande van lang vergete smart. Vier seisoene kind met die winter in jou oë. Waar het ek jou verloor? Vier seisoene kind met die liefde in jou pale. Kyk jou oseane skalm. Vier seisoene kind, vier seisoene kind. Stuur my nog 'n poskaart met die wind. Van die herfs, as die akkerbome rus en die wolke soos vlamme oor ons waai. Sy gee vir my 'n soet September geur, as die boland lê en bloei. En met die somer wat klop hier aan my deur. Vier seisoene kind met die winter in jou oë. Waar het ek jou verloor? Vier seisoene kind met die liefde in jou pale. Kyk jou oseane skalm. Vier seisoene kind, vier seisoene kind. Stuur my nog 'n poskaart met die wind. Stuur my nog 'n poskaart met die wind. Stuur my nog 'n poskaart met